Mess.
Well, Monty Python is down to a single Terry now. Terry Gilliam. Terry Jones died. Either of you guys Monty Python fans?
Yes.
I saw the Holy Grail.
He directed that. Terry Jones, I think, directed the films. He was a founding member of Monty Python, and he had been suffering for a while from a rare form of dementia. And so you didn't see him in public much at all for the last few years. But Terry Jones, 77 years old. So he's the second member of Monty Python to die. Graham Chapman died a long time ago. But those guys all got together and formed Monty Python. And I think he was Mr. Creosote. Was he the one in the Mr. Creosote costume where he explodes in the restaurant? I think that was Terry Jones in that costume. Yeah. I know he was Cardinal Biggles, if you're into the Spanish Inquisition sketch.
Nobody expects to be into that.
No one expects Spanish Inquisition. But I loved, I was digging into his Wikipedia entry. He and his wife had an open marriage.
Good for them.
Nice.
And they were married for 40 years. And then he left her for a Swedish girl who was 41 years his junior.
So she had the same first, middle, and last name as him?
So imagine you marry someone who was born when you got married the first time. Right? That'd be weird.
Yeah.
That'd be very strange.
Yeah, you make do.
My wife will give me a hard time.
Marry someone that was somebody who was 70 right now.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
2009.
Well, let's look at some people that are 70. Let's look at some celebrities.
Rocky.
So he was 67 when he married this girl who was 26. And they had a daughter, but he had older kids. I like to point out, my wife will give me a hard time. She'll say she was in high school when I was getting married for the first time.
Good one.
I get it. Math.
You're old.
So yeah, he had a condition called primary progressive aphasia. As of a couple of years ago, he wasn't giving interviews anymore because he couldn't speak. Mm. So yeah, Terry Jones of Monty Python died, which is sad.
Bruce Springsteen.
Nope.
Look at him. Come look at him.
What is this?
70-year-old celebrity.
70-year-old celebrities that marry.
Springsteen's in great shape, by the way.
Oh yeah, Springsteen could get it.
Yeah.
Who else?
Because he's running around the stage for 3 hours a night. Mick Jagger.
Maury Povich is 80.
Ew, no.
Maury Povich. He's 80?
That's Stevie Nicks.
Prince Charles. How is he still a prince?
These are not all. Steven Tyler? We got that lady?
No.
Dude looks like a lady.
Mm-hmm. Samuel L. Jackson.
No.
How old is Sam Jackson?
70.
70.
Wow. Black don't crack.
Kathy Bates could get it.
Robert Plant?
I don't know who that is.
You don't know who is?
Dustin Hoffman.
You don't know who Robert Plant is?
Yeah.
Is that what you said?
Yeah, that's what she said.
He's the front man for Led Zeppelin.
I see that
you
now.
ever heard of them? I don't know who that is.
Oh, Arnold Schwarzenegger, for sure.
Okay, so when you say, I just wanted to make you go back on your words.
But these are celebrities who are 70.
He was a celebrity.
These aren't average 70-year-olds.
Right, but I'm just saying, he was a celebrity.
Well, what's the difference? I mean, if you've got money, it doesn't mean you can stop the aging process.
Yeah, you can
help it, though.
You can maybe try to retard it.
Yeah,
But
sure.
I don't know that you can... Hey, Sheila. Is it Shalia? Sheila.
I like
All right.
Shalia.
Well, my screen says Shalia. Hi, Sheila.
That's how it's spelled. Hi, how are you?
What's up?
Not much. Headed to work.
What do you do?
I'm a waitress at Outback Steakhouse.
Outback Steakhouse.
Just right.
It's not what is it,
it's
Aussie rules now?
Aussie rules, yeah.
Aussie rules?
No
All right,
rules,
good.
just right.
Make sure that you tip Shalia when you get her at Outback Steakhouse. Which one?
That sounds like an Australian name. I'm Shalia.
Oh,
Shalia.
Well, don't they call girls Sheilas?
Bloomin'
Yeah.
onion.
I'm a Sheila.
I'm a Shayla.
What's good for the goose is always good for the gander. Oh, Sheila. Oh, what's up, Sheila?
Okay, so I just wanted to do an input about the true crime stuff. So I've been watching these kind of shows since I was a little girl. Forensic Files, Unsolved Mysteries.
Love Forensic Files. They always have a marathon of Forensic Files. Love that show.
Yeah.
It's been on since like 96.
When I fall asleep watching, but now that it's like a big fad, like I don't find myself as into those ones as much. I still watch like the old stuff, like the Unsolved Mysteries, Forensic Files, New Detectives, but the new stuff, I don't know. I just, nah. I think because it's such a fad.
Well,
So what you're trying to say is you are like a hipster when it comes to true crime.
Oh, boy.
You're like into like I like the old stuff, not the new stuff. The new stuff they're putting out, Making a Murder, give me Forensic
New
Files from
Murder.
1997.
I gotta
Murder.
tell you, Sheila, because this whole thing
Sheila.
started with the Serial podcast from a couple years ago. That's what started the whole wave of true crime stuff. It was Serial for audio, and it was Making a Murderer for television, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think it just has more to do with the old crime shows still had some showbiz to them. You had Robert Stack doing Unsolved Mysteries. You had Peter Thomas narrating Forensic Files forever. And now you kind of have like a couple of wispy fey, people who've listened to too much This American Life narrating like stories about murderers and things. It's like there should be a little bit of showbiz here. You're talking about something that is intensely powerful, and I think that the narration should mirror that.
I don't.
You don't have to be like
don't even have narration.
You don't have to be Mean Gene Okerlund, but I mean, yeah, get in there and do a little bit with it.
Yeah, I guess so, but it's just so commercial now, and it's all over Facebook. The internet.
Oh, so you are a true crime hipster.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Hipster. Okay, I'll take that.
Yeah. I liked it before murdering people was cool.
Exactly.
Right. All right. Thank you, Sheila.
All right, thanks.
All right.
Sometimes your friends let you down. Take your dreams and smash them on the ground. What do? Turn the page? Hell no, I'm gon' channel my rage and spit rhymes of horror, unspeakable things. From deep inside me, the darkness sings. Murder, murder, sex, and murder, murder. Murder, murder, sex, and murder, murder. Murder, sex with murder. Murder with sex. Dead people have sex, then they murder.
Oh, boy. All right. I've got $1,000 to give to you here. A shot for you to go fund yourself. Every hour, about 30 past, you can do just that. So I hope you win. Good luck.
Hey, it's Rover. Go fund yourself. We have your shot at $1,000 now. Text the nationwide keyword YELL to the number 200-200. You'll get a text confirming entry plus iHeartRadio info. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's YELL to 200-200. Good luck and go fund yourself. From 100.7 WMMS.
Hey, Stripper Scott.
Hey, everybody.
What's going on?
Hey, real quick, I keep forgetting to ask you, that murder sex song, where's that from? You said it was a sketch show or something?
It was from a prematurely canceled show called Chosen. Bobby Moynihan, right after SNL, did a...
So that's not Bob Dylan.
It is not Bob Dylan.
I thought that was one of
no.
his hits.
No, no. It was a cartoon they ran on FX for a couple of seasons.
Oh, okay. Cool. Thank you.
He played a gay rapper.
Oh. Sounds good.
Okay.
So, going back to the subject of people trying to get things at a horrible discount because it was labeled incorrectly. Like 20 years ago, I worked at a home improvement chain, and some guy came in one time that wanted it was a 4-pack of those the lights that you plug in, the solar lights you put into your lawn, to light your walkways or whatever.
Yep.
And the ad was it was like $9.99 for solar light, parentheses 4, which I guess meant that it was a 4-pronged light, but the guy tried to say that it was a 4-pack of lights, which is like 40. It was 4 times the price, obviously. And the manager was about to give him like the one box just because she was like, okay, we got to keep the guy happy. But then she got a call from the manager at the other store, and there's like 5 or 6 stores in the area, and this guy was going around store to store just buying up all the 4-packs of lights at this like markdown price, trying to do his whole house for like $20 or something.
So did you
Like, no.
did you break this guy's scam wide open?
I wasn't. I was just there. I was just
Oh.
the manager's the one who had to talk to him. I was just. I'm
He's like,
alone
I was just
now.
there.
Yeah, I'm just a sales associate.
Sure. Yeah. Right. CSR. Okay. Thank you, Scott.
I thought that
Take
was
care,
going to
guys.
be...
He spends his money on naked women, strippers, Scott.
You thought what?
I thought that was definitely going in the direction when he was like that he was haggling over price. Haggling over price with a woman. She was marked as one penny, and I had to pay the full $2.50.
He knows full well the chapter and verse of what the. No one is more steeped in nut knowledge than Stripper Scott is. Hey, Aaron.
Yo, Alan, hate the show.
Thank you, sir. What's going on?
Not a lot, my man. So I saw that they're going to try to reboot Unsolved Mysteries on Netflix with absolutely no host. And, you know, I'm not down with that. I'm a true crime fan like the caller before, Stripper Scott. And, I didn't even like, I think it was Dennis Farina, the guy who did the remake on Spike or whatever the hell network it was. I didn't like his version. I miss Bob Stack. And, you know, I'm going to talk slut here for a second.
Aaron's such a fan, he calls him Bob Stack. Doesn't call him Robert Stack, calls him Bob Stack.
Oh, Bobby Stack.
Bobby Stack.
Bobby, back on the mic.
Yeah.
But I like this channel on Pluto that has nothing but they've got a channel for all the old school forensic files. I think there's one for cold case files, and there's one for, what the hell, Unsolved.
A lot of people think that Robert Stack, though, you'll recall, he was not the first host of that show.
He wasn't? What?
The first version of Unsolved Mysteries was Raymond Burr. Does anybody remember Raymond Burr?
No.
Who the hell is Raymond Burr?
He was on a show in the 70s called Ironside, 60s, and he was like a lawyer in a wheelchair or something.
I think I've seen probably the reruns on another network of that, but I don't remember the I was born in 90s, so...
Yeah. And then a guy named Carl Malden hosted Unsolved Mysteries. He used to do American Express ads back in the day. He had a couple of shows. And then Robert Stack did it for a long time, kind of when the show was at its peak. And then, like you said, Dennis Farina...
There was also the late 90s. He had I think it was they rebooted Unsolved on CBS, and I think Virginia Madsen co-hosted with Robert.
When I was growing up, we had this anchor. Everybody knows him now because of Anchorman and stuff. But this guy, Bill Curtis. I'm Bill Curtis, and he was an anchor in Chicago when I was a kid, and then he went on to other things. But he narrated Anchorman, and he was the host of all these crime shows on A&E, like American Justice and City Confidential, and they had a whole bunch of those on A&E back in the day. And it was more the domain of people just staring at a TV in a nursing home. I guess they want to know, those are the people that are closest to death.
Yeah.
So they're like, this program for them. But, I don't know. I think people who are Mary's aggravation aside... at True Crime Hipsters, I think the people who are into it now, if you love it, you're in a golden age of people getting killed.
I guess maybe I just don't like it in general. I don't like thinking about people dying.
They're starting up Forensic Files again end of next month. The original narrator died, though. That's a real bummer.
Yeah.
But who do you think they should get to replace the original narrator?
I think his son does it. So,
really?
Yeah, Peter Thomas was the Canadian guy who did it for a long time.
Jennifer Tilly to do it.
Jennifer Tilly.
Is that the Bride of Chucky?
Yeah, it is.
I like her voice.
Jennifer Tilly. Yep.
That kind of raspy, hot voice.
I'll never forget her for being the doll in, was it Chucky Returns or something like that?
Bride of Chucky.
Bride of Chucky.
Yeah.
She's also in Liar Liar.
Love her.
Oh, yeah, she's the mom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
she's his client.
Divorced, yeah.
Do you have a rever?
Prenuptial agreement.
She kind of leapfrogged her sister, though. Her sister, Meg Tilly, in the 80s was going to be the big actress, right? For a long time, Jennifer Tilly was just Meg's little sister. Meg Tilly did this movie called Agnes of God that got all these Oscar nominations. I think some people won. I don't know what the hell happened to Meg Tilly, but Jennifer Tilly surpassed her by leaps and bounds because she did all these weird movies.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And those boobs.
Yeah, so she had the frame. She had the figure.
Mm-hmm.
And she had the boobs.
Wait.
Boobs.
105? Yeah.
Boobs.
In your bra. Okay, I'm 127.
Alan Scooby-Doo started my fascination with crime shows. Yeah. My daughter's in a real Scooby-Doo phase right now, too.
I was never a Scooby-Doo guy.
I
just knew it was always the old guy.
Yeah, I was a casual Scooby-Doo fan. Once they got the Harlem Globetrotters and Phyllis Diller in there, I didn't care anymore.
You watch an episode, who's this old man that we've never met before?
He's the killer.
that called them in. Like, they're always trying to get caught themselves.
Well,
Like,
he didn't kill anybody, though, right? He was just trying to shut down the amusement park. Yeah. There's no murder in
We would
Scooby-Doo.
always sing the song, the kids' version of Scooby-Doo. Where are you? I'm sitting on the toilet. You know that one?
No.
Give me some time to wipe my behind, and I'll be out in a moment.
Wow, no, that
You guys
one.
never sang that?
Never sang that.
All my friends sang that.
And I would never disrespect the theme song from Scooby-Doo in such a way.
Oh, please, Mr. Farts McGee over there.
I would never disrespect the Doo, man.
Whatever.
The Scoob?
Which Doo? The Scoobmeister?
Yes.
Well, that was...
Scoober-Doo.
Scoober-Doo.
Scoober-Doobert. Casey Kasem. I mean, come on, man.
Well, that was the song we would sing.
Yeah. I'll tell you something weird.
What?
This bottle of water, I had 2 bottles of water in my fridge right next to each other.
Yeah.
This one was frozen solid.
Okay.
It was right next to another bottle of water.
And the other one was fine.
Fine.
Was that one also next to the freezer?
They're both right under the freezer part. I'm on the top shelf, so everything I have is right under that freezer compartment.
Maybe that
This one-
one has...
Now this,
that one,
I'm interested in.
I put
Let's
this-
get
I
This
put
is
Robert
a true
Stack
crime that
to
we
solve
need
this,
to...
yeah.
Here's what it is, Alan. You put more vodka in that one. So
There's
it didn't
no
freeze.
vodka in there.
The other one had more
There's your
vodka, so
problem.
it didn't freeze.
No, I put this is... There's still a block of ice in here because I put it on my desk. So
Oh, that
it-
is weird.
Yeah, so that but this thing was frozen solid earlier today. Bottle right next to it. Fine. Drinkable, untouched. I just finished it.
Wild.
Very strange.
Very strange.
Very, very weird.
Did you read your horoscope today?
Did I what?
Did you read your horoscope today?
I did.
Did it say that you were going to have frozen pineapple water?
It said you will have adjacent bottles of water, one of which will be frozen.
See?
Yeah, but that could have happened to anybody. Not really
See?
specific.
I mean, I'll make it work for me,
Yeah.
but, you know. No, I think it's very strange. I'm curious if there are any science nerds who know why that would be. Certainly would love to find out.
I just told you, and you don't want to listen.
Climate change centralized in the fridge.
What are you? A Cancer?
I think I like to think of myself as a pretty decent guy.
What's your sign? I'm gonna look up your horoscope.
I'm on the cusp, Mary.
Of?
Gemini and Cancer.
Gemini.
But I'm a Cancer,
Well,
yes.
I thought that's what you were.
Yeah, I am. Sure
All I'm
am.
saying is...
What the hell is that going to... Why do you go to horoscope for frozen water?
Because it could be.
Talk about attributing too many things to the horoscope. I mean, this is actual science. And I'm trying to get to the bottom of it.
Well, that's
for no
what I'm
other
saying.
reason than to assuage my fear that maybe something funky is going on in
Telling
my
you,
refrigerator.
Ice ghosts.
Ice ghosts again, Bill?
Ice ghosts.
How many times have I debunked that? And you keep coming back with ice ghosts.
Well,
I'm
weird
not
things are
finding
happening
anything.
with ice ghosts.
Huh? You may be confused when someone close to you... Never mind.
Keep going.
I don't know this word. Espouses?
Espouses,
Espouses two seemingly contradictory ideas. Frozen water, not frozen water. Seemingly contradictory.
This is going to drive you crazy.
To you,
I don't
it sounds-
consider the bottles of water people close to me.
You don't know. You don't have very many friends, so maybe.
It's true.
To you, it sounds as though this person is talking out of both sides of their mouth, frozen and unfrozen.
Alan, what are you doing on Friday? I'm hanging out with my 2 friends, bottles of water.
I mean, aren't you always talking out of both sides of your mouth? Like
See?
the sound is coming
Yes,
out
that's
of both
right.
sides.
So I had 2
Hey,
bottles of water in there.
It's not always up to you to organize your loved ones' thoughts. Sometimes they have to do it themselves, Alan.
All right, well, somebody on hold is going to tell me why this happened, and I'm going to grab them
I'm
after the
excited for
break.
that.
Yes.
Of course. We're going to finally get... Screw your
Get
true
to
crime.
the bottom of it.
How many of these true crime nonsenses leaves you hanging at the end? There's no denouement, if you will, right? You watch these things and they go, everybody involved in it's dead. Maybe we'll never know.
But now we're going to find out it was ice ghosts.
All right. I'm going to have Mark Maron tickets for you. He's coming back to do a show at the Agora end of the month. January 30th, the Hey, There's More tour. We'll get you into that after the break. 35192 if you want to text.
The Alan Cox Show on 100.7 WMMS. And everywhere you go on